name is Mustafa.
Mustafa and Talha.
No, the other
You are
brother-
Talha.
Yes, I'm Talha.
Talha.
Other brother who does that, what is his? You see, his name is over here. President of the Masjid. You want to turn the fan on? We'll turn the fan on for you.
Okay.
Yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay. No, if you want to feel the.
So guys, I'm here behind the curtain. They're gonna break the fast. I did not see this coming, but they invited me and I couldn't refuse. So I'm gonna stay. I have to check out from work because I just finished work. Talking to all delivery drivers, and I'm a little bit emotional. I will share more of it later. The gentleman brought me food here to go to take with me. They're, oh my god, amazing. I'm a little concerned for allergies, but there shouldn't be any because this is rice and chicken and dates. So I think it should be fine. Before I get to what I actually saw, let me take you to what it felt like to be there. The first thing, you take your shoes off. That's just how it is in a mosque. It's their sacred space, and you honor it the way they do. So I did. I was placed behind a curtain without ever seeing the main space. They brought me through the back or side door, as it felt like, where maybe just a few people could fit sitting down. A shoe rack right next to me. I was by myself at that moment. Then a few more women came in, and they made room. The men put up another curtain so we would have a little more space. As the prayer started, there was actually a small opening between the curtains. I remember thinking, okay, maybe it will just stay like that. But then a man noticed it, I don't know who, and he came and closed it. From that moment on, there was no visibility into the main room. You could only hear whatever was said over the speaker, even as the prayer was going on. And when it came to food, I could have eaten. I wasn't fasting for Ramadan, nothing was stopping me, but I didn't feel right to sit there and eat while they were still waiting for the breaking of the fast. So I waited too. I was hungry, but it was nothing compared to what I saw in their eyes. They had their last meal before sunrise. No food, no water sands. You can see the hunger, the thirst, the exhaustion in their faces. I could see in some of their eyes that quiet countdown, that how much longer? Not complaining, just human. Anyone who's gone that many hours without food or water would feel that. And it made the moment they finally broke their fast together hit even harder. At one point, one of the women actually asked me why I wasn't eating, since I could. And I just told her, I'm going to wait for all of you. Madina Masjid sits right on the corner of 11th Street and 1st Avenue, tucked into the East Village, a neighborhood that's seen punk and poets and now glass condos come and go. But this mosque has been standing since 1976. The second oldest mosque in New York City. It was actually founded by the Bangladeshi immigrants, and for decades, it's been known as this quiet stop for South Asian Muslim community. Cab drivers, delivery workers, people just ducking in between shifts to pray. But when I walked in for iftar, that's not what I found. The room was full of West African brothers too, breaking their fast together, sharing food, sharing space, and a few sisters. And it hit me. This mosque, born from one community's story, has quietly become home for a completely different one. That's kind of beautiful to me. Fate doesn't ask where you're from before it makes room for you. It has become a quiet stop for the people that need a hand or a plate of food on Ramadan during these challenging times. I want to be clear. I went into the mosque with so much respect. I did my best to honor every rule of the space, even the ones I didn't have to follow, like waiting to eat until they could, because that's who I am. When I'm a guest in someone's home, I follow their rules, even when they don't match mine. That's not up for debate. But respecting someone's home doesn't mean I have to silence what I felt inside it. So I'm sharing my experience. And this isn't the first place I felt this way, and not the first mosque I've been in. The prayer was led by a man over a speaker. We couldn't see him, he couldn't see us. We couldn't see anyone for that matter, and no one could see us. They might not even know we existed in that part of the mosque. You just trust what you hear. I wasn't used to that. I felt locked up, isolated, like I wasn't enough to be seen. But I joined anyways, in my own way. I didn't really understand what they were saying, but I still joined in prayer. Some of my Islamic friends would probably tell me this is about preserving purity, protecting the women. That is the proper way. I understand the intention, but from where I stand, I have to say what I actually felt. As a woman healing ancestral wounds, breaking the cycle, and unlearning centuries of conditioning, I am reclaiming my worth. This is toxic patriarchy. The most divine human, the one who creates life, is hidden away. Hidden from the one who doesn't want the responsibility of being seen by her, who would rather blame a woman for being seen than own his own reaction. It wasn't just the curtains or the speaker. It was how few of us were there. A small handful of women tucked away against a room full of men. And this goes beyond this one mosque. I see it across all modern religions. The man gets to be the spiritual one, out in the world, praying, talking, building relationships, making plans with other men, being a leader. But he came from her. Yet, she's the one who has to stay hidden. But look at what's actually happening. He leaves the house, prays, connects, decides, relaxes. Then he comes home. And everything has to be ready. Food cooked, house clean, his life in order. His only real responsibility is money. I'll say this is a modern woman who's done both. Work can be hard sometimes, and there are jobs, like construction, that really need physical labor. Men genuinely do easier than women. I won't pretend otherwise. But take those out and look at the rest. Going to work is much easier than running a household and caring for every person in it and their needs. So no wonder men built religion this way. Put the woman aside, let her carry the invisible labor, and take the credit for the life she built for him. After prayer, I had dinner with the ladies. Got to know them a little. But for their safety, I'm not sharing any of that here, even though some were okay with being on camera. It just feels like the right thing to do. Guys, I had an incredible experience tonight. But what happened is I was at the mosque. I didn't know I was at the mosque. I just went to a location. I was sent there by another delivery driver who I was asking, where do your colleagues hang out? Like, is there a spot that I should go and speak? And he sent me to this location. Well, I was sent to a bunch of different locations, but I was like, you know what? This one seems a little not that far. So I took the train, got there. Literally like maybe 50 to 100 people are there. And while I'm there, I learned that the reason why they're in that location is because there's a mosque and they're supporting them and helping them because they're all immigrants. They speak French. I unfortunately don't speak French. So using translator, asking people, sometimes there are some of them that speak English well. So they would guide me and say, hey, this person speaks English. They can help us or they can help you. But most of the time I use a translator, except for this one occasion because there were so many people. It's just really hard to use a translator in that situation because you literally have so many people asking you questions and there's so much you can do with a translator in the moment. So I'm a little bit catching my breath because I'm very emotional, but I had an incredible experience because once I was done with my shift, right before leaving, they said, hey, do you want to join us for breaking the fast for Ramadan? And I'm like, this is not something that I refuse. Listen, I'm not Muslim, but I do come from a European country. There are certain things that just a universal law. When you get invited to something like that, you don't say no unless you really have something urgent to do or like something that you can't change. For me, in the moment, I had nothing burning to do, so I call my husband and I say, hey, in 20 minutes they're breaking the fast. I am gonna stay for the experience. They're offering me food. They even offered me food to take home, but I was like, I can't just take the food and go home. Like, I want to stay for the prayer. So I stayed for the prayer. I had some delicious food. They had biryani rice with chicken and dates, so that was really good. And I think it was great. And then after that, I stayed around and spoke a little bit to the ladies. They shared their stories. They come from Guinea. As you guys know, there is a lot of unstable rest there. So many of them came here by themselves. And a lot of them have families back home. So just to be able to sit there with them, share these experiences. Only one of them actually speaks good English. The other one didn't speak a lot of English, so I couldn't speak to them much. But I used her as a translator, so I asked them questions. They're only been here for maybe like a month, so it's really challenging. They're completely by themselves. They're staying at one of the shelters. They're saying that it's tough because they're in this like really huge area space together, like 100 people. And you know, it is hard when you have to leave your home in this such a circumstances. And yeah, that's what is happening. I joined them for the prayer and for the delicious food and for a beautiful conversation. I wish them to accomplish whatever they came to accomplish in this country for. May they are always shown the light in the right direction, and may they always stay such a bright human beings in their spirit, in their heart, because you can really feel that love, that community, and also the fun, the curiosity, a little bit of uncertainty, while at the same time being excited, being here and having such an opportunity, and being excited for whatever life has to bring their way. So I will see you soon. I don't know if I'm gonna film tomorrow. I will see, because I feel like I've been filming today and yesterday, and it doesn't really get into my way of doing the work, because sometimes, like today, I was in a specific spot waiting for some drivers. Like some showed up, like a small group. I talked to them, then I stay all around for a little bit, wait for a few more to show up, and then I decide from there if I want to stay there when I move to a new location. And that's how I was doing it today, and that gave me also an opportunity to just be there in the moment, enjoy the space, talk to some of them, and learn a little bit more about them. This also really allows for them to build trust with the brand, because when you get to talk to someone and get to know them, they also get to know you. My only concern is I don't directly work for the brand, so I'm hoping that the brand does keep all their promises to the drivers, and it really provides the best service possible so that their lives can be better and also create a win-win situation. I'm all for that. So today I ended up working later than I should have, because I ended up being in this spot where there was just so many people to speak to. In fact, I ran out of chocolates, I ran out of things to give away, even like flyers and everything, because there was just like a lot of questions, and most of them did not speak English. But that is how it is. But that's fine. I think I did a really good job at having people help me who spoke English and translating, while at the same time I used the translator. And it was a teamwork from the whole community.